Ladies and gents, welcome to another episode. The world is full of very strange things that don't make sense. To start off, I would like to remind y'all that Mr. Mulvaney, rather recently, stated that if men want to go into the female bathroom and harass women, that they don't need to put on a wig or a dress to do so. Does anybody remember that?
The man wanted to attack a woman that's using the restroom. He can just walk into the bathroom. He doesn't need to put on a dress and long hair to do it.
Yeah, but it does seem like dressing up like a woman does make it much easier. Now, doesn't it, Dilly Boy? In other transgender news...
Hey, lesbians of TikTok. I'm transgender lesbian. First of all, I want to know, if I'm welcome in the lesbian community. But anyway, I was throwing out a girlfriend application there for someone to be my girlfriend. Anyway, here's what you get with me. First off, I do have a requirement that you drive your U-Haul here, but don't sell your place. Only be here for 1 year. After 6 months, if you propose to me, I will say yes. And then from there, it's 6 months to a year, propose to me, and I will say yes. From there, we will get married a year later. And I'm very loyal, and that's it. I'm also clingy.
Well, that's just depressing. It seems like this LGBTQ movement is really honing in on people who have mental disabilities, because honestly, it seems to me like that person might be autistic. And I'm not saying that to be mean, and I'm not saying that to tear down people who have autism. What I'm saying is that people with these kinds of mental deficiencies are vulnerable to the Skittle Mafia's agenda. And it's very sad to see. You know, I wonder what could have caused this.
Thank you, Alice. Oh, thank you, guys. Oh, thank you, guys. Oh.
Kiss him. Pathetic, so pathetic.
Well, I see that female empowerment is still a strong force in this world. Feminists, you must be so proud as the destruction of men continues. Oy. You know, are there any other crazy women out there with bizarre expectations?
My petition states all plus-size passengers should be provided with an additional seat or 2 or 3 depending on their size and need. Airlines should also offer a straightforward refund process for those who are buying additional seats independently.
How about you just lose some damn weight and you stop trying to make the rest of society capitulate to you because of your mistakes? You know, maybe despite all of this chaos and pandemonium that is occurring in our society, maybe there is still some kind of hope for the children for the future.
Anyway, so I got a couple. Did they tell you I have a couple of questions for you?
Yeah, I heard your voicemail.
Oh, okay, cool. So excellent. So I talked to Matt, or my husband, sorry. And he's looking to go forward. We found a clinic locally. We were supposed to go and see their clinic and meet with the team there Friday. From my understanding, they do not do anything outside their own local donor base for eggs. So that's probably something at the very least we're probably going to go outside for. One of the things you had mentioned is, what was it? Establishing parents during a pregnancy. Could you expand on that? Like what exactly, or a pre-birth process, I think is what you said.
Yeah, it's called a pre-birth order. So most states, a pre-birth order is done. There are a small handful of states that do post-birth orders. So basically, when your surrogate's like midway through the pregnancy, it varies a little bit by your attorney. Different attorneys like to do it at different times, but around midway through the pregnancy, you guys will essentially sue her for custody of the child she's carrying. So it sounds crazy and scary, but it's just how it goes.
One last thing I did ask you about last week.
Sure.
If the sex offenders list thing would ever be an issue, we actually did talk to our attorney. He said that's not an issue. It was too long ago.
Okay.
So as long as it's okay with us, it's okay. It's okay with you?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
That's just vile. They're allowing people who are on the sex offender list to adopt children. That just doesn't. That just don't sit right with me. I wonder if there's anything else going on in the world that might be of benefit to humanity at all, any kind of truth that might be spoken.
I'm looking for the one with Seymour Hersh because it's a policy and press hall event. So shouldn't we be talking about the Nord Stream since that's the biggest story of the century? And you guys, you have the executive editor of the New York Times there who came out with a phony story to try and block Seymour Hersh. It's just kind of funny how that happened, did you even acknowledge Seymour Hersh? All of you are executive editors of papers that broke Pentagon, My Lai, Watergate. Is this the same papers or not? Is there anything you've gotten right in the last 20 years, or am I mistaken about that? It's just kind of funny because Iraq, wrong. Syria, wrong. Russiagate, really wrong. Okay, the list goes on and on. So the last thing you could do to try and actually fix your reputation is acknowledge that through leaks, we had to find out that Zelensky was going to bomb Moscow on the anniversary. If you're so impartial, shouldn't you at least say, right, that Zelensky was going to bring us on the verge of World War III? That seems pretty fair. While Julian Assange rots in prison, all of you got, fat checks because he's in jail for doing your job. And you know what? Tucker Carlson ain't no Seymour Hersh, but he did something you guys are scared to do. Speak the truth and actually be critical of the war, which is why he was actually fired from Fox, because you are all cowards. Every single one of you. None of you have actually had any relevancy. And you know what? The mainstream press is now dying. Nobody's ever going to listen to you again. You have no credibility with the public. The only people who care about what you have to say are elite actors who have nothing productive to say anymore. And it's dying off. So will you at least say something, either about Nord Stream or Ukraine or the fact that Zelensky brought us to the verge of World War III and the only reason we knew about that was through leaks? Go ahead. It's a free speech event, right? You guys are the press. Let's say something here. Mr. Khan, come on. You're the executive editor of the New York Times, I'm just trying to get into some good trouble here, man. Ooh, listen, Karen, get out of my face for a second. I got to talk to these gentlemen. Okay. Well, I just want to hear what they have to say. Go ahead. I'm done.
Wait your turn.
You're not going to tell them to you. Come.
Wait your turn.
You could project if we can't.
I think it's important to hear everybody's point of view.
Yeah.
So thank you.
All right.
I do think that we need to give our moderator a chance to ask other questions.
We're on the verge of World War III.
Let's go.
Say something about this bombing. We blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. Listen, don't stand there while there are people rotting in prison. Nobody said anything about Uhuru, right? The socialists who are in jail for being critical of this war. God.
That's at least somewhat hopeful. I mean, after all, we live in a world where obese people want you to cater to them, because if you don't, you're fat-phobic. The feminist movement has created a bunch of bizarre women that like to abuse men, and now men are thoroughly being destroyed. You have sex offenders that are adopting children. There's a lot wrong going on in this world. There's a lot that is very strange about this world that just doesn't make sense. So, this is your episode of Who Wants an Overdose of Madness. Until next time, have a nice day.
Hello, who is this?
My name is Richard Lee, and I'm running for city council, so I just wanted to introduce myself.
Excuse me?
My name is Richard Lee, and I'm running for city council, so I just want to say hello.
Are you a Democrat?
Yeah.
Then leave.
Thank you.